Hi everyone, welcome back to Jane's On Point. I'm Jane, and today I'm back to talk about part 2 of my personal points and miles journey. This is the story of how I went from just a few thousand points last year to planning 5 trips in Europe this fall, using mostly just points and miles. Sorry for such a long delay between videos, but we've been traveling quite a bit this past month. We've had little time to create and edit videos, but we've had a lot of time to get some content. So hopefully we'll be posting some of those trips shortly. If you're interested in seeing some of our personal trips and how we've traveled around using points and miles, let me know down below in the comments and we'll be sure to make some videos about that. Now, if you haven't seen part 1 in this series, go back and watch that. In that video, I talk about how I signed up for 2 Southwest credit cards, how I earned 2 sign-up bonuses equaling 135,000 points, and earned myself a companion pass for the next 2 years. And some of you may be wondering why I'm talking about traveling to Europe and Southwest. Remember, Southwest just isn't good for domestic flights, but it's also good for repositioning flights. We'll be using Southwest to reposition ourselves to Florida, to Chicago, and from New York, all for international trips this year. Now, using Southwest to reposition ourselves to other cities really saves a lot when it comes to redeeming points and taxes on international flights. And don't get me wrong, we'll also be using those Southwest points and companion pass for travel to Chicago to see family and friends, maybe Texas, maybe Arizona, possibly Florida, maybe New York. You never know, so stay tuned. And before I move on to my personal experience with the Chase Sapphire cards, I'm going to give you some information on both the Sapphire Reserve and the Sapphire Preferred, so you can make the best decision for you. Now, if you ask anybody who travels on points and miles what their favorite card is in their wallet, it's probably going to be a Chase Sapphire card. And why is that? It's because Chase has so many different options when it comes to redeeming their points. You can redeem them through the Chase portal, or you can get even more bang for your buck by transferring them to one of their 13 transfer partners. Their transfer partners include Hyatt, IHG, Marriott, Aer Lingus, Virgin Atlantic, and many more. Now, some of the best news in this video is Chase has increased the sign-up bonus to 75,000 points after you spend just $4,000 in the first 3 months. This is a 15,000 point increase from the normal 60,000 points you earn. Now, when any friends or family ask me, or anybody who's new to points and miles asks me what's the first card they should get, hands down, it's the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. It's hard to turn down 75,000 ultimate reward points for a $95 annual fee. Now, if you're looking for a card with more premier benefits, the Chase Sapphire Reserve might be the card for you. It has a $300 travel credit, it comes with some lounge access, TSA pre-check credit towards that purchase and subscription each year, but it also comes with a $550 annual fee. But again, you can earn 75,000 points on that card too after spending just $4,000 in the first 3 months. Now, in order to qualify for the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve sign-up bonus, you cannot have received a sign-up bonus from a Sapphire card within the past 48 months. And you also have to be under Chase's 524 rule. And what this rule means is you cannot have opened more than 5 personal credit cards in the past 24 months with any bank issuer. This is personal cards, not necessarily business cards. So what did we do next? Well, both of our Chase Sapphire Preferreds were opened in 2018. So technically we both qualified for a new sign-up bonus. However, we're both retired and we don't have a lot of everyday spend, so we decided to do one at a time because it's hard for us to spend $4,000 in 3 months, let alone $8,000. So what did he do? He called Chase and he asked for a product change. So instead of canceling your card, you simply ask for a product change. And by doing a product change, this will keep you from canceling the card, which can negatively affect your credit score. It also doesn't require a credit check, which again, could affect your credit score negatively. And third, you retain your line of credit with that bank, so you're not having to reapply for that line of credit later. The whole phone call took less than 5 minutes. Now remember, when you do a product change or downgrade your card to a different card, you're not eligible for any sign-up bonuses or promos that are currently being offered for that card. So after that phone call, he waited about a week, went online, and reapplied for a new Chase Sapphire Preferred card. Not only did he earn the 60,000 points that came with that card, along with the required spend, which was about another 5,000 points, I also earned a 15,000 point referral bonus because he used my referral link. That was back in December. I believe the current referral bonus is 10,000 points. So you take that 60,000 point sign up bonus plus about the 5,000 points he earned, add to it my 15,000 points, and we've got ourselves 80,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points in less than 3 months. Now for the fun part. What did we do with those points? Well, remember that friend I told you invited us to a cruise out of Barcelona? Well, we had more than enough points to book us a flight from Miami to Barcelona in business class on Air France. So how did I do that? This is where I took advantage of transferring some of my Chase Ultimate Reward points to one of Chase's transfer partners, Virgin Atlantic. And for 48,500 points, I booked these business class flights. But wait, I only had to transfer 37,500 for each ticket. Why? Because at the time, they were offering a bonus of 30% points when transferred over. So for a total of 75,000 points, we're flying business class, lie flat seats, all the way from Miami to Barcelona. Now remember, different airlines and different airports have different taxes and fees. Now, while there may be different options out there for airports and airlines with lower taxes, I'm still pretty happy with this one. It cost us $279 each to fly in this business class flight for taxes and fees. But considering the original cost was over $6,000 per person, I'd say I'm pretty happy with this redemption. Now, if you have any questions on how you can do this too, please let me know down below in the comments section. And in the show notes, I'll leave links to these cards to the special offer of 75,000 points. It's only for a limited time, so if you're going to apply, act fast. All right, so to sum it up, if you remember, part 1 of this series netted me 145,000 Southwest points plus a companion pass. And today's part 2 of the series netted me 80,000 points from Chase Ultimate Rewards. So together, we're already at a total of 225,000 points, and we're only on part 2 of this series. So stay tuned for part 3 to see what we did next. All right, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel here. And again, let me know down below if you have any questions. Happy travels.